Alright, so in this video I'm finding the roots of polynomials in factor form using the null factor theorem. So there's quite a bit here. First of all, talking about the null factor theorem. The null factor theorem says that if there are two numbers, a and b, and you multiply them to make 0, then either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. Alright, so if you think about this, it makes sense. Two numbers, 9 times something equals 0. The something must have been 0. Or 0 times something makes 0. 7 times something makes 0, then the something must be 0. That's what the null factor theorem is. And of course, we can apply it to polynomials. So here's a quadratic polynomial. F of x equals x minus 3 times x plus 5. Now the x minus 3 is a number, and the x plus 5 is a number. And that says a number times a number. So if we want to know the roots, we need to let y equal 0 or let f of x equal 0, f of x. So we're going to sub 0 in for f of x. That means that 0 equals bracket x minus 3 bracket x plus 5. So that means that either x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x plus 5 is equal to 0. Because really this is saying this bracket times this bracket is equal to 0. So x minus 3 equals 0, we can rearrange it to make x equals 3, and x plus 5 equals 0, we can rearrange it to make x equals negative 5. Now, this is a quadratic, and it's going to have two roots at x equals 3 and x equals negative 5. And we can draw that in there. Now, because there's no a value out the front, it's going to be a happy face, or there is an a value, it's an a value of 1. So, moving through here. Okay, and we can also find the y-intercept. We find the y-intercept by letting x equal 0 and letting y equal 0, and then seeing what pops out. Sorry, letting x equal 0 and seeing what comes out of it. Alright, second one here, much more complicated. It's going to be a cubic function, x plus 4 bracket, 2x minus 5 bracket, and then just an x by itself. So 3 sets of brackets all multiplied together. Same process though. To find the roots, you let f of x equal 0. So 0 equals that times that times that. Again, that one's going to be equal to 0. Or the middle one, 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. Or the third one, x is equal to 0. So that last one's really easy. Let's run through the other two. X equals negative 4. This next one, 2x equals 5. 5 on 2 equals x. X equals 2.5. And x equals 0. So sketching this, you're going to get three roots. You're going to get a root at negative 4 here. You're going to get a root at 2.5. And you're going to get a root at 0. Those are your three roots. Now again, because the a value is 1 out the front, it's going to be a regular cubic, starting at the bottom, coming up to a turning point, and then continuing on up the top. Okay, so that's finding roots of polynomials in factor form using the null factor theorem.